4, 5, and 4. That's not ideal. I could also maybe... Are any of these keynotes? Probably not at this point, right? Let's grab some food. I wonder if there's ever going to be an event that like just takes all our money away. So maybe it's better to spend the money, some money on getting stabilizer. I can't use money for to pay off the debt. Gotta work. I'm not like super into employing Ethan, but it's kind of a little bit poetic, so I like that aspect. Maybe we see a fellow survivor. I think I'll keep the money. I don't think there's going to be an event that just like takes a bunch of our money. Oh, right. Hopefully we can do these. No, I can't do any of these. Wait, no, 5. Yes. It's usually 2 or 1, so I didn't even look to see what the original input was. I just looked at the other ones. Oh, nice. Uh-oh. I think we're getting attacked. A glint, like a light traveling along the edge of a wave, fills your eyes. Then the blade follows along ahead with 2 dead sockets, slipping towards you in silence. You freeze, hoping it will pass you by, hoping that it will not simply slice through you like air. The blade head nears, slides past you, almost. It nicks you, grazes you. You're desperate to cry out, to call out, but you hold your silence and simply watch the blind eyes of the killer glide past, empty of all thought. Then the blade winks into the dark, and you are alone again. Now you cry out. Ah! Okay, we got it. Nice. I think it took away some of our top thing, whatever that's called. This one's energy, and that's life, I guess. Okay. So I guess if we weren't careful and we were down low, it could just kill us and it's game over. If there is a game over in this, I don't know. It seems like more of just story driven. And maybe there isn't actual game overs. But you guys let me know, those of you that are playing it, if you've gotten game overs. Should have done this a while ago. Oh. Slice hardware. Forget hacking the system. Killer has to die. If you can slice the branch connections, the mainframe will shut down, freeing navigator. Or we can do loop branches. With access to the branches, you could redirect them to form a loop, isolating the mainframe with killer inside, but freeing navigator in theory. That one's, the one on the left's faster, killing it. Catch a killer. The killer protocol could be isolated without being destroyed. A loop of connections would lock it into a closed system. We're better at interfacing, so, and we get cash with it. I think we'll do this. Woo! And actually, in this case, since we're going to get positive outcomes pretty often, it might be the same amount. It might take us the same amount of time. I'm like tempted to just go ahead and use the stabilizer so we get a full 5 dice? Because I could just buy another one. Let's do it. Let's feed our Cosmo Kitty. Oh. And now we'll free our other best friend. Oh, look at those rolls. 2 5s, a 4, a 6, and a 2. I wonder if there's a place we could stay up here. Nah, let's use this. Oh, I don't think I am getting cryo. 234. Oh, yeah. I am. Just missed it. Continue. As you blink into the cloud, you see the last flickers of life from the mainframe. This vast machine once ran the whole station. Spanned it up, directed and processed the flow of energy, water, and data. This is going to be how we open up that other side, isn't it? Fed the lives of thousands of people. Now, it is finally dead. Navigator is beside you, and you both look out at the perfect ring that encircled you both, woven from the data branches that once fed the mainframe. You see a glint along its edge, and that familiar blade-like head rises to the surface, like the cresting fin of a shark, and then slips into the loop again. All that you can see of Killer's body after that is slight thickening of the loop. And that thickening begins to travel around on a long and slow sojourn that will last it forever. I am surprised at you, says Navigator, drifting faintly around you in a lazy orbit, as if to shake off their imprisonment. Killer had been wandering blind for so long. Did you not think to end them forever? I will not kill another being. But is the killer a being or a system? The question remains. Navigator gazes into the darkness. This place was their domain and prison, and they had followed their directives for the many decades they roamed here. They cut the threads of the mainframe, executed its administrator AIs, and then kept slicing. At some point, they cut away their own ability to see, to sense, to taste, to speak. And yet they kept cutting until only those 3 threads remained, from millions that once thrummed here. Only their blindness and chance kept them from making those final 3 fatal cuts. There is a ceaseless violence in the kind of system that creates beings like this, those that will execute commands endlessly, even to their own destruction. Navigator looks to you for your thoughts. I will not continue the violence. The system you afloat in is one built of violence. You would be naive to believe otherwise. Navigator turns away. You watch the data points of the station spin around you, blending with the fixed stars. There is something satisfying about finally wrenching the last threads of control from the central point. It was little more than a ghost by the time you reached it, but this place deserves to be haunted by better ideas than a totalizing system of control. Navigator floats beside you. It is free now. This station no longer presents a hazard for illegal entities like me. They turn to you, their face a cloud of shimmering light. In fact, in time, perhaps it can be a refuge. A refuge. That sounds like something of value, something worth building. A dark shape passes across your vision. A distant curve of something like smoke or oil. A fluid, shifting tank of total darkness. The greenway, says Navigator, following your line of sight. It was cut off at the moment of the collapse, so hunter or killer could never reach it. Now it is closed off to us, separated from the cloud. What system is inside it? It may be totally dark, or perhaps some other old protocols are isolated there. Navigator turns to you. And we have now seen what decades of isolation can do to a protocol. If we could extract an access cipher, they pause and then blink out of existence. You freeze, shocked, but a moment later they reappear with a glowing polygon of data. Here, the cipher you need. You take it, still shocked. I am not used to being free. To being able to move and explore and extract without fear, without limits. Navigator does a little twirl. This will take some getting used to. Thank you for this gift. The world, their spheres around you. The entities of this station will always be friends to you, Sleeper. And I to them. It is true that mutual need is required for friendship, but I must admit that I had not considered the value of offering assistance without personal gain. I will think on that. Navigator loops around you rapidly, suddenly eager to test their newfound freedom. But first I will explore. Perhaps there are still intelligents that hid themselves as I did, encased in simple systems, cut off. Navigator glows. I should like to free them. And with that, they drift away, flickering, glowing, then shifting so rapidly you lose sight of them among the glittering rim of the eye. You feel a pang of jealousy. Free. Without a body to weigh you down, or fear to limit you. How must it feel? Your eyes fall on the greenway and its secrets, but perhaps that can wait until after you have celebrated this victory. I wonder if we can become, like, just a digital being. That's an interesting thought. We do have 2 points now, though. Keep 2 dice even when your condition is striking. I think we're gonna go Thrill Seeker. Oh, we still have... Did we have 3 points? Maybe I was... Is it time? I feel like we're becoming more aware. I think it's time. At least we're not going to be at -1. Weightless Wanderer. Up here, there is no gravity, so even just moving around... Oh, we should do this. Access manifest. See if we can find this, the tambour. Do we need anything else right now? I don't think so. Positive outcome. Oh, wow, that's great. Should get positives for these too. We are just rolling along. Bliss, ship mechanic. No way, Moritz! You take those substandard filters back to the shitheels who sold you them. You hear the voice echoing out of the bay as you pass, and moments later, what you assume is Moritz drifts out with it, dragging a pallet of filter cartridges by a tether. Ship mechanic on the hub. Hey, you out there! The same voice echoes out of the entrance. Looking for work? Yes? I just need a hand. Get in here. The voice is coming from someone shorter than you expected. She's floating in the microgravity of the docking bay, beside a half-deconstructed life support unit that looks like it might have exploded at some point. She points a wrench in your direction. You know anything about these things? She doesn't wait for an answer. Scratch that. Just help me with the casing. Okay. All right then. She definitely moves around the unit, making space for you beside a central seam in the dented case. Just take a grip here and lift out and up, and then I can get in and unbolt it. She whacks the unit with the wrench. Whole thing is twisted to shit. You take your fingers under the casing and lift it away, the metal squealing with the force. She slips her hands under, spinning the wrench to slip out the bolts, catching them in her other hand when they spiral free. All good. The casing lifts off, revealing the ornate piping of the unit's interior. She whistles at the mess of ducts and filters. By the way, everyone calls me Bliss. She pats you on the shoulder, offering little in the way of an explanation. Is this your bay? It is now, yeah. Whether I like it or not. She looks at you like that should mean something. Bliss starts pushing and pulling at the ductwork, looking for fractured pipes. We haggle for contracts, but the good ones get snapped up quickly by the bigger bays. So here I am trying to get this M2 unit running again. For one of the freelance tugs. Small time stuff. Hold this. She rips out a ribbed pipe and hands it to you like a freshly caught fish. We turn stuff around here fast and neat, and maybe we get a chance at landing something bigger. Something starts hissing in the unit, and Bliss quietens it with a precise whack. But to be honest with you, the way things are going, I can already see the other crews licking their lips, ready to take this place over. She looks up at you. I'm almost out of luck. You offer to help. I appreciate it. Let me finish before you jump through. Or you jump, though. She keeps working, twisting aside pipes with care. There we are. Bliss pulls her hand from deep inside the unit, and out it comes, clutching a lumpen cube, scorched black. This thing must have overloaded and popped half of itself out the side. You both duck down to the side of the unit and spot the exit wound. Its edges fringed with more scorch marks. Grab me a replacement converter from the racks, will ya? Where is it? Bliss is already elbow deep in the unit again. You'll see it. She waves you away. You kick off from the unit and drift over to the wall racks, where a catalog of parts sit secured in clamps. Colored tape and scrawled notes fluttered across the wall. A complex organizational system of Bliss's own design. Or just a big mess. You try to pick out the right part. Converter? M2 converter? Oh, M2 or F4? Let's go with the last one, F4. You grab the part and push back to the unit. Bliss taps the casing as you arrive, where an M2 is printed in heavy blue lettering. Not exactly what I was looking for. She takes the part. It's okay. I'll show you the system when we are done. She straightens up from the unit. That's it. If you want to work here. Bliss rubs her hands clean, looking down at her palms. Truth is, I need a hand here. My partner skipped out on me and left me with a whole mess. You seem like you might at least be better at spotting a clean air filter than Moritz. I'd be happy to. Wait. She frowns at the racks. That's not all of it. My old business partner, they rinsed the place, emptied the accounts. To bid for jobs, we need to put down deposits, bring in parts, pay tug fees. For that, she looks nervous, embarrassed. We need chits. You want me to pay to work? Come on, it's not like that. We'd be partners, straight split. Bliss settles herself against the unit and looks off into the distance. I guess I look pretty stupid. Here I am asking any random passerby to be my business partner. No offense. She manages a smile. It is pretty weird. She gives you a sideways look. Don't tease me. Bliss goes back to working on the unit. Look, it's no pressure. You find the money or you find someone who has. Or you just forget the whole thing. It's up to you. She gestures for you to help her refit the casing, and you both slot it back into place. I think I'm good to wrap this one up for now, but if you're into it, come back and we can bid on a new contract. Something to get our teeth into. Something that pays. She gives you a serious look. You can trust me. I don't say this stuff lightly. You kick away from the bay, propelling yourself back to the handholds at the entrance. You slip out with a wave, and as you do, someone slips back in. You hear Bliss as you glide down the passageway. Moritz, I swear to God, if those filters aren't clean. You smile. Seems like this could be interesting. A new drive, okay. We've got the Gimbal Lounge, where we can buy a spacer meal at a 20% discount because of our perk. The gimbal sells itself on its spinning sphere, which claims to produce therapeutic gravitational effects. It doesn't, but they sell food. I can tell that I've been recording for a bit and actually talking for like a bunch of hours and doing voice acting in a row. I start to notice that like I'm not reading as well as I did when I started, so I'm gonna have to wrap this one up soon. Oh, rent a capsule. The only place to sleep on the hub, hacked off a colony ship and welded to the ring. They're surprisingly expensive to rent. Like every time I sleep here, I have to rent it? So what can we do at Bliss's Bay? We have to pay 80. A scam or an opportunity? Bliss seems solid enough. This might be your best chance to get in on the hub's repair trade. So I guess I was wrong about the, I keep going to here. The tambour. But maybe not, because maybe if we get in on that repair trade, we'll be able to find it. We do have this cipher, though. Let's use it. The cipher burns away as it is slotted, the data sparking like a lit touch paper. What has been unlocked? The greenway roils beneath you like a silt-choked river. Back in the cloud. If what Navigator said was true, then no one has accessed these networks since the collapse. Kind of similar to how, like, there was untapped growth with the plants. The same thing happened with the network here. The hunter and killer protocols have never set foot here, never cleared out the intelligences and systems. So why then, you wonder, does it look so dark? Is it just that the bit rot has set in? The entropy of systems reducing everything to shadows and light? You watch as the slotted cipher fizzles in the one open, distorted gateway on this entire rim of the station. It flickers and winks out, and then you are falling into the flow. It occurs to me that, like, Neovend slash the Navigator is the one character that has probably been, like, the most consistently good. Like, they're... Yes, they kind of use us to get free, but at the same time, they used us in a positive way only. Like, so yeah, maybe I am tending to want to become like a digital being, because all the digital beings that we've encountered have been cool. That being Neovend, aka the Navigator. A river of swirling darkness. You are spun by it, twisted by it, lost in it. It's not that the greenway was hiding in the darkness. It's made of darkness. It's filled by this substance, this process, this swarm. Now you are among it. You notice that a swarm is exactly what it is. 1 billion individuals moving in a flow. There's no network map here. No nodes and threads. Only a storm of interchangeable points, shifting configuration endlessly. Then you see them. A figure turned away. Although, what am I talking about? The hunter and the killer were both digital beings of destruction. So actually, the cyber world has had the most dangerous. Strictly evil and strictly good, almost. You push closer through the storm. Wait. Then you see them, a figure turned away, the only bright spot in the dark river. You push closer through the storm. They are facing away, at least you think so. They are so fractured, so overgrown that it's hard to tell. Even from this distance, you can see their flesh is moving, flowing. The gardener, ingrown farm administrator. This is why the plants have been flourishing. You watch silent as they stoop and reach down. In their hand is a dark shape, and with twisted fingers, they press it down into the loam of data beneath them, pushing it through this trembling soil. Then they move away, go a little further, and repeat the process, as if they were sowing a field. You push forward, but somehow, despite their slow and deliberate speed, they move faster, and they quickly fade into the storm. You reach the point where they planted the object and look down. There it is, a glassy, shifting polygon with something inside. You reach down and pick it up. It's cold, but it thrums with energy. You look towards the path of the figure, but they are long gone. When you blink out of the cloud, back to the leaves and the dappled light of the greenway, you hold a seed in your hand. Oh, okay. Gardener's seed. A seed. You need to find somewhere safe to plant this gift. So we still haven't cleared out this cloud because that's just what it is. Huh. I have no idea where we would put this. Maybe we have to clear it out. Clear this stuff out, right? Oh, actually, maybe if we clear this overgrowth, that's where we can put it. I think it's time to feed Cosmo and end this cycle. A 20% discount for feeding Cosmo. Awesome.